A lot of feedback from you as well on the Twitter feed at Mac and Cube. You can always be a part of the show there. We appreciate it. Watch us live on YouTube. Search Jocks945. Easy way to keep up with us, be a part of the show, tune into the show each and every day. If you missed anything from the show, jocksfm.com, where you can go back and get that. A lot of ways to do that there and continue to keep up with the show. We'll talk about some of what we're going to be watching this weekend, not only the Super Sofa games of the week, but also from a non-sports perspective. I think I have something on the viewing menu for this weekend. What was our movie's name, John?
The Rip?
The Rip. I'm gonna remember that.
What about the other one?
Yeah, that thing, we're going to introduce that after Jeff Goodman. But Jeff Goodman joins us now on the Higginbotham Hotline. Jeff, you were the first one that I saw that reported that Nate Oates was going to play Charles Bediako this weekend. So I wanted to get you on, get your opinion on it. I realize this is complicated. It's convoluted. Yeah. It's different. It's happening in a lot of places, and they're not all the same. They don't mirror one another. But just this specific situation, what are your thoughts on him coming out of the G League and playing for the Crimson Tide this weekend?
I mean, I think it all sucks. I think none of it's good with these 20. Once you leave college, you put your name in for the draft, you should be done. I know the landscape's changed. I know there's a lot more money right now than there was a couple of years ago when Bediako made his decision. It's not just Bediako. I talked to a kid the other day, this kid, Tess DeRitter at Virginia. He's from Belgium. He's having a hell of a year at Virginia this year. They're, one of the top 15 teams in the country. He, on January 31st, he will turn 23 years old. He is deemed a freshman on their website at 23. Played professionally the last few years. It's just gotten out of control. It's not Nate Oates' fault. It's not Scott Drew's fault. It's just the way this is going. And you've got these judges now with these temporary restraining orders, and anybody can get a local judge to sign off for the most part. So where does it end? That's my worry. Where does it end? And Bediako, the kid at Baylor, James Najee's barely playing, right? And Baylor stinks this year. They're not a tournament team. Bediako legitimately could make Alabama go from, I think still they have the best perimeter in the country, and they've been hurt all year. We haven't seen the real Alabama for the most part all year. Wrightsville probably coming back tomorrow. Bristow probably not back. But this gives them an elite defender, and that's their biggest issue is defense and a guy who knows their system. And they could go from like a fringe Final Four team to a team we put in the next category, and they're not that far off from Arizona and some of the other elite teams, Michigan and those guys. So I just don't like it. I especially don't like it. We're January, 21st? I mean, it just sucks. But again, I understand it. It's within the rules, and these coaches are all trying to win. So all of them that are being hypocrites right now, and there are a lot of them, like if they had this opportunity, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, like if Brad Stevens was in college, he wouldn't do it. There's no question in my mind. But most of them, if they have this opportunity, they'd probably do the same thing.
I don't blame anybody for doing it. If no one's going to show their teeth and your job requires you to create an advantage, I don't blame anybody for trying these things.
Right.
I guess at what point, though, can the NCAA step in and potentially do something about it? Like, I thought Mark Pope had an interesting take the other day. It's like, well, they control who gets in the tournament, so they can just leave teams out that decide to go this path. Like, is that something that could potentially happen?
I mean, I don't think so. I think that would be hard to do, right? If the judge is saying legally he's allowed to play and you play him, and I believe there's terminology in what the judge wrote saying like the NCAA can't hold it against them. I don't know. Now, again, you could knock him a seed line, and that's subjective, right? Those guys in the room could just knock him and say, hey, they played him. But again, if he's eligible the rest of the year, they're not going to do that. I'm a little surprised Nate isn't going to wait until Tuesday, when the hearing's Monday or Tuesday. Wait and see how that goes. And as long as if it's a permanent, restraining order, then you play him. But I'm a little surprised he's not going to just like, all right, practice for the next few days. Let's see what happens. And then if you get this, we'll play you. But, guys also like Charlie Baker put out that statement a couple weeks ago. Basically, you're not eligible if you've played an NBA game or signed an NBA contract, right? A two-way, whatever it is. Well, he's signed NBA contracts. So what's next? If this is allowed, what's next? Then could a guy who's played in 10 NBA games be eligible? And then where's the line ever drawn? That's always my problem here. There's always waivers. Now there's judges involved. And I don't blame it all on the NCAA today. I don't blame it all on Charlie Baker today. I think he's limited what he can do.
It's wild to look at what might be capable of, not capable of moving forward. What did you think of what Mark Pope said from the standpoint of the NCAA viewing these games differently when it comes tournament time?
I mean, again, you can do that. What people don't realize is those people in that room are human beings. So you guys, Cole and Greg, could have a different opinion of that in the room. One of you could say, hey, you know what? Screw Alabama. They did this. I'm going to hold it against them. And in my computer here that I hit what seed they are, I'm going to knock them down because they did this. I'm going to hit them till a 5 seed. And Greg could be like, you know what? Like, I don't care. They're a 2 seed. So everybody kind of has this thought that it's like universal. There's, 10 different people in that room. They can all think a little bit differently, and then they take the overall consensus of that. So I think, different people are going to look at this different ways, like we are right now. Some of us are going to look at it like, hey, you know what? Within the rules, sort of. I mean, kind of within the rules, right? So do it. Other people are going to have a different opinion of like, hey, you know what? That's BS. They shouldn't do it. The coach Nate Oates should do what's right for college basketball. And part of me says, I agree with that. Like if all these coaches just said, hey, you know what? We're going to do what's right for college basketball. But let's face it, like they're not. They're going to watch some of the like Todd Golden right now said last night. He went at Nate. Well, if a few other SEC guys do the same thing, eventually does Todd Golden say, you know what? Yeah, I'm a sellout too. I'm a sellout too because if everybody else is doing it, I got to do it. I got no choice.
What do you think ultimately this will lead to amongst coaches? Will this lead to more of this practice, or do you think this is a one-off, unique situation that will bridge the gap before we actually have some guardrails?
Oh, no, we're nowhere near guardrails. I don't think we're anywhere near it.
So will it lead to more coaches looking at ways of getting former players back? I feel like it could be widespread next year for sure.
Greg, I want to go out to the Peach Jam, which is the biggest AAU event, and I want to see coaches like sparring in the stands. I want to see like Nate Oates and Todd Golden going at it in the stands. I thought we'd see some of that last year, to be honest, because obviously the tampering's gotten to a different level now, right? Like there's no such thing as tampering anymore. Come on, everybody's tampering. If you're calling the AAU coach, you're calling the right now. Do you know how many coaches are in communication with all these mid-major kids, even high-major kids, and their people? They're not calling the kids, but they're calling their mentor, they're calling their AAU coach, they're calling their agent. I mean, everybody's got an agent right now. Everybody. So, it's just become the ultimate. Can I swear on here or no?
Nah.
Please don't.
No. All right. The ultimate you know what show. The ultimate you know what show.
Thank you for asking, though.
Yeah, no. I have a tendency to, do it and then beg for forgiveness later. I just don't think football, and I followed football more this year, college football, than I ever have because of Indiana. My daughter just graduated 3 weeks ago, went to the title game, just got into it the last few years, had more of an investment, right, than I've ever had. And I just don't feel like college football is in nearly as bad a place as college basketball is right now.
Well, it takes way more than one guy to completely alter who you are. That's why I think it's like now, don't get me wrong. Is there a dog-eat-dog killer nature in college basketball? 100%. But one guy can completely alter your trajectory in hoops. That's why I think it's even more cutthroat.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, unless it's a quarterback, certain skill position guys. I mean, Mendoza did it this year, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Bediako, who's not a superstar, not a great offensive player, could completely change. I'm not saying he will, could completely change this Alabama team because, again, as I've said, the one thing they need is a reliable, defensive-minded big. And they've got, again, their backcourt, if healthy. I mean, there's 6 perimeter guys. This kid Bethea, who's talented as you know what, but like an AU player. He won't even get in the court when everybody else is healthy. I mean, they got dudes on the backcourt, Filan and Holloway, and now Reitzel if he can get 100%, and Millette. I mean, they got so many guys. I didn't even mention Amari Allen's probably the best overall player, impact-wise. He might be the best, the one guy you can't take off the court, the freshman guard. They are loaded. And Sherrell's been playing better. And now you could maybe play Sherrell with Bediako a little bit, and they become really good defensively. So, yeah, it's just, again, I just don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends. And, like, you know, can there be a trade next year? Like, why can't there be a trade on December 15th between 2 teams? And, yeah, everybody's like, well, academically, how would you do it? Like, does anybody care anymore academically? Does anybody care?
It doesn't come up often.
Right.
Not often discussed. So
you throw your name in for a couple of online classes, and you're good to go.
Jeff Goodman joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Let's talk actual basketball on the court. I want your thoughts on these 2 games. One, Bama, Tennessee. How do you see that playing out? Where's your interest in that? And then how does Auburn end this streak in Gainesville this weekend?
So I would say Alabama's going to be interesting because obviously you and I know when Bediako takes the court, that crowd is going to go bananas. And he's, from all accounts, the sad part is he's a great kid, and he's going to get booed mercifully when he goes on the road. But tomorrow he'll again get a standing O. Reitzel probably back. Sherrell playing well. Tennessee's not very good, guys. They're not very good. I know they're the only ones who delivered Houston a loss. I was there in Vegas. But Tennessee's got, 2 dudes, Jacoby Gillespie. If you stop him, you're good. You're good. They don't have enough else. And Nate Ament is a talented freshman, but he was going to take time, unlike Peterson and DeBonta and Boozer. Ament's a guy that a lot of NBA guys still really like, but they feel like he's probably more of a second contract type player because of his body. So I think Alabama wins this one. I think they use the Bediako return and create some more energy off that. The big one to look at now after Golden's comments is February 1st, next Sunday, in Gainesville against Florida. That'll be fun. That'll be fun just because of, again, now the war of words. Yeah, the war of words between Golden and Oates. We need more of this, but the sport needs more of this. I was thinking this the other day. I'm like, I was trying to put together a list of the top 10 college hoops coaches in post-game pressers that are entertaining. Like, we used to have Calhoun and Pitino when he was at his height. Like, Cal and Pitino were a riot when they were at Kentucky and Louisville. Cal would say something. I would then call Pitino and tell Rick what Cal said publicly, and then Rick would give me a great quote, and they would go back at each other like school girls. It was awesome. So, like, I miss those days, Boeheim. Like, so we need a little bit of this with Nate and Golden.
I think we're going to get it, and it doesn't sound like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So, how far away is the SEC from the top of the pack in college basketball right now? The teams that are on the top shelf, the A1 teams, whatever that list is, however long that list is for you.
So here's what I would say is, to me, the SEC's got a lot of really good teams. I don't know how many teams they have that I would put in the top like 5 right now. But that next group, like Florida's playing much better. Obviously the guards have taken a hit this year. Boogie Flan came in, Xavier Lee came in, and neither set the world on fire. They've both been much better, and the big kid, Ruben Chinyalu, has been unbelievable the last month or so. So their front line's the best front line in the country, and the guards are better. So that gives them a chance. Arkansas, Darius Acuff is unbelievable. Unbelievable as a freshman guard. The question is the front line going to be consistent enough? Kentucky's better. They're not in that group. Florida, Arkansas, Alabama is in that group to me, and they might be. I've said it for the last 3 weeks before they got Bediako. I think Alabama is the best team in the SEC because guards win. Guards win in the postseason, and again, as I've talked about over and over, Vandy, I feel bad because I really wanted them to stay in the top 10. They're just not good enough up front. They're not good enough. They're not deep enough up front. But Byington's done a great job there. So, I think, again, you've got three teams that if things hit right, yeah, they could all, to me, Florida, Arkansas, Alabama would be the three that I think could all get to the Final Four, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. And Kentucky's just fun to watch now. Like, they're always fun to watch, but the way this season's gone, really, really interesting. And they got the early game tomorrow. They got an 11 a.m. game against Ole Miss that they won 4 straight here. 4 straight. And they're now Cam Williams out with a broken foot. They're now at a point where they had so much depth, and I think it hurt them. And now it's like everybody kind of knows their roles. They know they're going to play, and it's like us against the world.
Well, we appreciate the time, Jeff. Great stuff as always. Thanks for hopping on to discuss this. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go,
Later.
Jeff Goodman, joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, Field of 68. They do a great job. You can find his work there. We have massive news concerning the college football playoff. We will share it with you next right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Good stuff from Jeff Goodman, Steve Wilfong. You missed those, jocksfm.com. You can go back, find the podcast there to be able to catch back up. We knew there was a deadline approaching late last night.
Oh.
And now word is from multiple sources, multiple outlets, that the college football playoff will be staying at 12 teams for 2026. Formal announcement set for later today.
You mad?
Why do you have to announce it if it's
just going to stay the same?
I bet they have a graphic for that too.
Staying.
12.
12.
Hayes Fawcett. Staying. 12.
It would be great if they let Hayes Fawcett do it and he had this stupid cartoon graphics.
Respect my privacy.
No interviews at this time.
No interviews at this time.
So we will have 12 teams in the college football playoff next year. You surprised at all? Did you expect that to be different?
No. There's a stalemate right now between the Big Ten and the SEC. The Big Ten would be open to going to 16 as long as they went to 24 in 3 years. What are we doing?
Why do you think the Big Ten wants 24? Other than just guaranteeing themselves more teams in?
Because they have more teams that are mid, as the kids say.
Oh, okay. Putting in layman's terms.
I just feel like people will understand that vernacular. That's what it comes down to. Every SEC team thinks they can be at the top. Oh, roll the ball out there. We're Arkansas. We'll make it happen.
Look how good.
But you look at the teams in the middle for the SEC, the Missouris, the Arkansas, the South Carolinas, the team that kind of like perennially be somewhere between 6 and 13 on average. If we're going to average out over the course of 10 years, they're going to be between 6 and 13. There's more in the Big Ten.
Right.
That are going to average the be in the middle, whether it's the Michigan States over the course of 10 years now, the Michigan States, the Wisconsins, the Northwesterns, the Minnesotas. Like they've had good years. There've been plenty of good years for those, the
Sure.
Iowas. Like how many times has Iowa been close? You know what I mean? They have more mid-moderate level programs. You know, the SEC, everyone thinks they can win it. Not the Big Ten. They acknowledge, yeah, probably can't win it. probably not going to be able to beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Indiana didn't subscribe to that belief, but they would have fallen into that category 3 years ago.
Okay.
You know, I think that has a lot to do with it.
Does this mean that the format's staying the same, or just that we're staying at 12?
Just that we're at 12 right now.
I also think
I think some of those. Sorry, Greg. I think some of those details may come out a little bit later, John. But I do think it's a good question.
Yes.
Because I also anticipate that some of those will probably change.
Probably. I also think too, like Tony Petitti's background is factor here. Like Greg Sankey has been born and raised in the college game. Like whether it's low-level conference commissioner, working in the SEC, he's been around college his whole career. Tony Petitti comes from the pro mindset, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just more of a pro mindset where more is better. More money is better. Like, and that's great. I think Greg Sankey, I really believe this. Like, I think he really genuinely cares about the big picture of college football. He doesn't want blood on his hands as it relates to, the future of. He knows that you can't go back. Once you go to 24, you're not going back. So he doesn't want to potentially overexpand. Like gradual increases are totally fair, but going from 4 to 12 was a life changer.
Yeah.
You know, I think that a lot of people struggle with that, but it's been proven that, all right, teams that are the last team in can make a run. So this is a good number, but going to 24, man, that's a big, big leap. Now you're talking about 4 lost teams being included. That's a scary thought for a lot of people.
Damian, your thoughts on the college football playoff staying at 12?
I'm cool with it being in 12, but kind of to John's point, are we going to get some changes as far as, the criteria of being one of those 12 teams?
Essentially automatic bids.
Yeah.
I feel like that there's a desire for that to change for a lot of different people at a lot of different levels. Will it? Not 100% certain. Just said, John, you like it staying at 12? Did you want 16?
The only reason I wanted 16 was that we could have the first 2 rounds on campus. because I do think that Texas Tech, well, they got the bye. I guess Oregon, like that game should have been on campus somewhere. Like, I understand the semifinals and the championship. Okay, yeah, at that point, all right, fine, you can have neutral site at that. But teams that got the bye should at least be rewarded with an on-campus game. Now, if you can do that and still have 12, I'm fine with that. But I'm imagining you can't. Therefore, I'd be okay with moving to 12. But I'm fine with moving to 16. I'm fine with staying at 12. I just wish that if they were going to make a change, make the first 2 rounds on campus.
Okay. I think people would think that was cool. I just don't know if I would be on board reshaping the entire playoff just to get a couple more games on campus. I do think that would be great if we got more on campus just in general, but don't want to see it be reshaped.
But the traditional quarterfinal games, granted, I'm a little biased. I do the Sugar Bowl every year. I'm very, very fortunate. In the SEC champions in the Sugar Bowl, and that's always what a scene it was this year. I mean, it's insane. The year before, scene. Notre Dame and Georgia, total scene. I don't think the Orange Bowl was that. You know, the capacity crowd, maybe not so much. But more often than not, I feel like these quarterfinal venues have been really good. These big 6 bowl games between the semis and the quarters, pretty sporty. We know that Rose Bowl was a scene. We know Cotton Bowl was a scene for Miami and Ohio State. Like, it was a scene. Everyone was there. Like, if those were sparsely attended and or they were not well received, I could understand the increased push for more on campus. But at 12, I think it's working as is, and it protects the bowl games to an extent at that level. So I love the on-campus experience. There's nothing quite like it. It's one of my favorite games that I call every year. But I think we can get by without it in the 12-team format.
Right. I would think so as well. What about the format is how teams are chosen or allowed to get in right now? Greg, do you think that changes before next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's going to have to do with strength of schedule. They tried to factor that in this year. The committee did it for a minute, and then they kind of got away from it. But there are good football minds that are involved with the college football playoff. Like, I was with just the other day. You know who's working with the college football playoff? Justin Fuente. I was like, "Foo, I didn't even know you were doing this." He goes, "No, I'm just a fly on the wall. I'm just if they need a football guy, I'm there for him. You know, to come in and like help out, to assist the other football guys in articulating a point or whatever. Like, but they're stockpiling former coaches that want to be a part of this and help. I think we need to understand and make sure that every year's a little different too. Like, we can't use, oh, well, this what won out in 2021. Well, this is what wins out in 2024. This was what wins out in 2017. Like, there is precedent, but it's kind of every year there's different metrics that lead to the ultimate result. This year it was head-to-head that was the carry the day, and conference champion, not de-incentivizing conference championship participation. Like that those were the criteria this year. And the whole best team in, like, I don't think it's ever going to be that. I don't think it's ever been that. Except for the year that Bama got in over Florida State. And the reason why that happened is because I think a guy got hurt.
Right.
I think that really is why it happened. And that's unfortunate, but I think that's why that decision was made.
Yeah, part of it. All right, so there you go. 12 teams for at least next season. And we will see where it goes from there. But the college football playoff will not be expanding to 16 teams for 2026. Felt like a lot in a short amount of time if it was going to. And we know now that it will not. So we'll continue discussing that as well as this weekend's NFL matchups next right here on Jocks. 9:34 Friday, January 23rd, right here on Jocks. Sunday will bring us arguably the best sports day of the year. We're not going to get into that part of it just yet, as teams will chase NFC and AFC championship trophies to try to go to the Super Bowl and win the coveted Super Bowl ring. Some people, Greg, have purchased a ring in the last month. Where should they go if they have?
Well, they need to go and check out our friends at Bromberg's. If you celebrated a holiday engagement, now is a great time to go over and see the wonderful people at Bromberg's. They've been serving this community for nearly 200 years. And if you've gotten recently engaged, it's time to create that wedding registry. You can register online. Nothing really compares to working one-on-one with Bromberg's experienced bridal consultants, though. They'll help you select everything you need, from china, crystal, silverware, casual pieces as well. They are about to help you start this new chapter, and they are the experts that know registry's best. So enjoy 20% off wedding bands and special pricing on wedding party gifts, and register online at brombergsbride.com or visit Bromberg's in Mountain Brook or at the Summit.
Championship Sunday coming up this weekend in the NFL. This to me feels like, on its surface, maybe one of the easier championship Sundays to just say these two teams most likely going to be meeting in the Super Bowl. However, there are some different portions that need to be paid attention to. Number one, game being played in Denver. That's still a big advantage against a younger quarterback who's going to be rolling in. Number two, game being played in Seattle with a veteran quarterback bringing his team in that has a ton of experience and has thrown 46 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions this year. Is it that easy for you, Greg, to just say Seattle, New England, let's move on to the Super Bowl?
Do you really like Seattle? I do.
I like Seattle's defense, run game, and being at home.
Other than
that, just a couple things.
Those help you win.
You know,
Rube Cube.
We don't do it for the NFL. It doesn't
Home field,
apply
1
in the
point.
same way that they do have home field advantage. Yes,
Double up.
it's going to be tough, I think.
Am I the only one that thinks the Broncos have a chance?
Yeah.
No, they have a chance because the New England's still a young team.
Exactly.
And it's not just Drake May. I mean, Trayvon's team's leading rusher. The overall that you have a rookie starting left tackle. Like, mistakes can happen when you have a younger
1000%.
team, specifically in this spot on the road in that place. It's going to be different. So, no, I don't. And Jared Stidham's been around for a long time. He played a lot of college football. He's been in the NFL for a while, and he has a, like him or not, personality-wise, he has a head coach that knows what he's doing.
No.
And I don't think he's going to go out there and ask him to be like, are we going to see the zone reads we saw in the first 3 possessions that Denver had last week where the quarterback's going to pull it and run it and try to pick up 3rd and 2s and 4th and 1s? Probably not. But I think they know what his strengths are. I think they're going to know what to allow him to be inside this game. So, no, I definitely am not looking at this saying Denver doesn't have a chance.
I think they have a chance. I think you got everyone is the whole Nick Foles thing 2.0. Like, how much better is Nick Foles than Jared Stidham?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Roster
Not
in
night,
Denver.
not night and day.
Roster in Denver is not what that Eagles roster was.
No.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
No one's trying to say it is.
No.
But you have a coach that I would take Sean Payton over Nick Sirianni any day of the week.
Yeah.
That was, who was the head coach then? Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
Sorry, Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, good coach. Good coach, but Payton probably a little better.
Most people would agree with that.
I mean, all-time great.
We laughed at him for taking this job. And people laughed at him for taking Bo Nix, mainly because he said he did it because of his backpack. However,
well, let's be real. I mean,
we knew he was going to come off the board in the first round, but nonetheless, to have Denver at 14-3,
Yeah.
AFC Championship game, not a lot of people saw it coming this quickly. So, yeah, the coaching prowess speaks for itself. You don't have to like him individually for whatever reasons, but he can coach. And you could ask that question right there. Where does the coaching advantage lie in this game? It's most likely Denver. Be hard to argue that.
No question.
So, yes, I think Denver absolutely has a chance. Do I think that they're going to let Jared Stidham throw the ball 52 times? No. Why would you? It's going to be 21 degrees, too.
Oh, freezing.
And the point of that is
Mile High Stadium, man. It's gonna be the wind chill's gonna be like 11.
Thin air and it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
can't do it.
Never done it. Don't know how to deal with it.
Can't do it. Don't know how you can pull it off with that equipment.
I will.
Impossible.
I'll take New England to win the game, but I do think it's going to be a good competitive game.
I think it's gonna be close.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I just have way too much faith in Sean Payton.
No, it's like we don't think Cam Sutton can make plays. I mean, we don't think Stidham has a grasp of what NFL offenses look like or how to be successful. I mean, RJ Harvey's been great for them.
Mm-hmm.
So Pat Bryant's been a nice addition. They got guys who can make plays. So I don't look at it and say no, they can't find a way to get it done.
Of course they can.
I would just lean New England here in this spot.
Totally fair. I have a hard time envisioning a scenario where Denver gets run off the court, run off the field. I don't see it. I think they will absolutely be ready to roll. I also think too, Los Angeles will be ready to roll too. Like, I think
100%.
I think if you think the Rams are going to get run out of there, that's a misconception. But I really like the Rams front. I think Jared Verse is a complete handful. Puka Nacua is incredible. I love that kid. He is so good.
He's the number one total offense in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen by accident.
No.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua is a dude, though. I mean, he is real.
So was the dude throwing in the ball.
Yeah.
He might not get that kind of. He might not get that kind of credit that way.
He's seen it all.
Matt Stafford's a guy. Like he can get it done.
He has seen it all. So I am pretty optimistic about them being real competitive. Real competitive.
And I think too, from a turnover perspective, you probably lean Rams just a little bit in that spot as well. That's just a tough place to go play. I think that's the main thing. Is you look at both of these places to go play in the playoffs this late in the playoffs, very difficult to go there and win. Damien, you go any direction off that? What we just said?
Yeah, I think the Rams get it done. I think
it's not a different direction than what we said, but
no, I thought y'all were going with Seahawks.
no, he's taking the Rams.
I'm taking Rams.
You taking Rams? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with. I think Matthew Stafford. If he gets the ball with 2 minutes left, yeah, just go ahead and they're going.
Put
to
him in the Hall of Fame.
Say Bear.
I'm not going against you.
I'm taking Seattle.
Well, then I guess I'm going against you.
Okay. I'll take Seattle at home, and I'll take New England on the road. Everybody else, New England? Are you,
New
you
England,
stepping out
New
taking Denver too?
No, I'm not
Gary?
taking Denver. I just think it'll be competitive.
No,
I
it'll
don't
be a
think they're
good
going to
game.
run out of the gym.
I think it'll be a good game. No doubt
Yeah.
about that. I think Seattle gets that one done at home though. But I agree. Sean McVay, incredible. Stafford, seen it all, as you said, number one offense in the league. But I'm taking Seattle at home in that spot. Got to do it. Have to do it. All right, when we come back, are one of those two our Super Sofa games of the week? Well, we'll let you know next right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. Friday, January 23rd, 9:46 a.m. right here on Jocks. We'll get to our Super Sofa games of the weekend here in just a moment. If you missed Steve Wiltfong, Jeff Goodman, any of our conversation across the course of the show today, you can catch up at jocksfm.com or just download the app in your app store, and you can go listen to it there. If you're trying to get into a new home in Central Alabama, it's got to be Gusty Goulis and the Gusty Goulis Group. Why? Well, they serve more than 3,000 home buyers and sellers in the greater Birmingham area. Since 2012, Gusty Goulis Group recognized both nationally and locally as Greater Birmingham, Alabama's #1 team in homes sold. Over 850 5-star Google reviews. Google them for yourself. Gusty Goulis Group. See what they can do for you. They've helped my family. They can help yours. Brokered by eXp Realty. Call 205-542-1996 today. That's 205-542-1996 today and start packing. All right, let's get to our Super Sofa game of the week. Here's how it works. You get one game to watch, just one. Which game would that be? Greg, your Super Sofa game of the week brought to us by TD's Fine Furniture.
I will take the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Los Angeles Rams. I feel like it's a pretty easy one, if you want me to be completely honest. It's definitely an interesting game. More interesting than the first game, but I'm cautiously optimistic the first game could be good. I just think it's very, very clear. 5:30, I believe, is the start time, right? 5:30? That's when we're kicking?
Yes, on Fox. 2 o'clock for the Patriots-Broncos game on CBS and Paramount+.
Correct. 5:30, Fox. Seattle hosting Los Angeles. NFC West showdown for a trip to go to the Super Bowl.
Seahawks a 2.5-point favorite, total 46.5 in that game. Damian, Super Sofa game of the week for you.
I'm going to AFC Championship. I want to see if Mike Vrabel can have success, as most people do when they leave the Tennessee Titans, as he takes his New England Patriots out west to take on the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Again, 2 o'clock on CBS/Paramount+.
Paramount.
Is this another reason to get Paramount+?
Permit.
That this game is on there?
Permit Plus.
Probably so. But you can get it through Prime and all that other,
You still
rigmarole.
pay for Paramount Plus, though.
Yeah.
Got it. Noted.
Got it.
Okay. John, Super Sofa game of the week for you.
For me, I'm going Saturday night, 7:30 ESPN, Tennessee taking on Alabama. I don't need to watch the NFL. I know what we just talked about. I know what's going to happen in those. I want to watch a pro player play amongst boys. I mean, that's what we've been talking about all week. I want to see Alabama welcome back into pro, and then eventually probably have these games ruled ineligible because they allowed a player that shouldn't do it. But either way, I think it's going to be exciting. Honestly, I do think it'll be a fun game. But Tennessee,
it's a lot of assumptions on your part.
A lot of assumptions.
All the more reason to make it dramatic and watch it.
I actually
7:30 ESPN is my Super Sofa game. Don't forget, you can get your Super Sofa and more at TD's Fine Furniture with over 100,000 square feet. They have plenty to choose from. Plus, they can buy in bulk and pass the discounts on to you. They have options for every room in your house to fit your style and your budget. It's TD's Fine Furniture in Summerton.
I actually am on board with a lot of that for that game. I just want to see how it goes. See minutes, substitutions, the bench, all of it, how it operates. Because we don't know. We hadn't seen it really. So it would be intriguing. But I'm actually going to go with Damian. AFC Championship game, 2 o'clock on CBS, maybe on Paramount Plus. I won't know.
Maybe.
Patriots at Broncos. Patriots 4.5-point favorite. I'm a Jarrett Stidham guy. I've known him since he first transferred to Auburn. Got to know him well when he was there. We've kept in touch. Would love to see him do well and have a good game. Feel like it would be cool for him. He deserves it. But it's going to be tough sledding. And that would be my Super Sofa game of the week, brought to you by TD's Fine Furniture. So let's roll that right into our, what we hope neither of those will become, our bad box scores of the day.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Intentional grounding, offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here, excuse me.
That's the game.
Take you to NAIA women's basketball. Olivet Nazarene College. They are the Olivet Nazarene.
They're the artichokes.
No, they're the Owls.
They're not.
Oh.
Ocelots.
Tigers.
Okay. Well,
They took on
Ain't
the
trying no more.
Mount Mary not Mount St. Mary.
Mm.
Mount Mary College.
They're the Angels.
Close.
Missionaries?
Crusaders.
Blue Angels.
Blue Angels.
Wow.
Blue Angels.
And their mascot is not a jet.
Should be.
Misleading.
Missed opportunity.
Blue Angels, black and blue after this one went down 127 to 40.
Woo, that also hold up.
That was
Got
good.
him.
Your score at the half was 61 to 21.
Oh, no wonder-
34 to 12 at the end of the first.
Mm.
no wonder they lost his back coach.
Olive gets to 14-5, 10-1 in conference on the season. Mount Mary has not won a conference game. They are 0-11 there, 7-12 overall. Olive shot the ball 126 times in the game.
What?
Dang.
Hey, put them up.
Not trying to shrink the game.
No.
126 shots in a
Have
basketball
we ever
game.
seen one that high?
Not that
I
high.
don't think so.
Not attempts, no.
Last I checked, it's shoot more, score more, not shoot less, score more.
Yeah.
It worked.
I'm here for it.
47 of 126, by the way, which is only 37% from the floor.
Law of averages, man.
That wasn't average.
That is
It was not average.
that is hardcore.
Oh, you thought that was hardcore? Olive Nazarene shot 77 threes in the game.
That's my kind of game. That is my kind of game. How many did they make?
22.
I'm here for it.
That's 28%,
28,
29%.
yeah.
I'm here for it.
77 threes in the game.
Yes, sir.
These
Yes.
are your attempts of threes from Olive Nazarene players in the game. 0, 9, 8, 5, 8, 12, 6, 5, 10, 5, 4, 2, 3.
Let's go. If they gonna leave me open out there, might as well.
They played 13 players. One did not attempt a three.
Only one?
Post presence.
And she was 7 of 11 from the floor.
There was,
See,
right, yeah.
if, it
There you
ain't
go.
broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Been trying
Someone's
to
got
tell
to
y'all.
catch these rebounds.
He's like, give me
Been
that.
trying to tell y'all.
That's wild.
They had 8 players make multiple threes
Let's go.
in the game.
I like that coach's style.
Your rebounding differential, 67 to 38.
Wow.
Mount Mary did shoot the ball 54 times.
And they made.
16.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
They put up 23s.
And they made.
3.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We've seen worse.
Yeah. Just cold.
That's it. Definitely, that's it.
On their 42 misses in the game, they had 7 offensive rebounds.
7.
Now, turnovers are just a bit of a problem here.
Just a bit.
45.
45.
Whoa.
45 turnovers.
Yeah.
That'll get away. That'll get away from you.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, Vanessa Diaz, although only 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, did throw in 10 rebounds. So
There, well,
Okay,
there
so
you
yeah,
go.
she wanted it.
She's their Ben
have
Wallace.
some
Okay,
effort.
all right.
Ben
wanted it.
Wallace.
Yeah.
At least she gave some effort. I can coach that.
So yeah, that is one of the bad box scores of the day.
That's
Not even
wild.
sure we have time to get into the next one, but that was 126 shots in a game.
I'm here for it.
That is so many shots in a game.
You scored 127.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the most efficient.
Worked.
But 77 threes.
That
Hey,
is-
catch
that
and
is-
shoot, baby.
That
Can
is-
you imagine
That is catch and shoot.
The
Catch and
pace
shoot.
of that game, and with the turnovers too. That's literally steal, pass, shot.
Yeah, yes.
Steal, pass, shot. Steal, shot. I'd love to see the shot map from that game. Don't have it in the old NAIA box score,
Don't
Not
need it.
surprising.
but
Probably looks like the winter map that Greg saw, the meme with the color all over it.
crayon.
You love that.
I will take you to one more quickly. Defiance College. They are the
Dorks.
The fires.
Mm-mm. They are the Dragons.
Hornets.
Hornets.
They just went down to the Rochester Christian College.
Race cars.
No,
We're going to say Warriors.
Red
I'm gonna say
Hawks.
Red Hawks.
88-30 last night.
take them.
Hornets,
88-30.
Hornets now 3-16 on the season, 0 for 13 in conference play. Defiance, they were defied the net. 61 times they
Were
shot
they?
the ball. They made 11. They were 3 of 16 from 3, 5 of 10 from the free throw line.
Okay.
They were out rebounded 58-37.
Not great.
Yeah.
Rochester, Michigan, 38-76, 5 of 24 from 3. had 4 players in double figures. So
Ugh,
those are your
5
bad
of
box
24?
scores of the
Ugh.
day. We're not going to beat 123 shots in a game.
No, that one's
getting
set.
They
That's-
say the NBA is bad. Woo! Look at
That
NAIA
one's good to go.
basketball.
You say bad, some say good.
I'm here
Some
for
say entertaining.
it. Air raid, baby. Let it fly.
If you shoot 123, 126 times, what do you really have to shoot from the floor to have a good night? Because they were less than 50%.
Right. It still
And
got
it was
what,
still a
127?
really good night.
Yeah.
All right,
guess
we're
good
back
defense.
Monday. Enjoy the games this weekend, both on the hardwood and on the field. Championship Sunday is always great. Be weather aware. Be careful. Be safe out in that weather. Hopefully, we'll see you Monday. It's all up for grabs with what's coming in
TBD.
here. 3-man front coming at you next.